What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 24. I am Brett, and today I'm joined by my mom, Mrs. G, hanging out with us today. We'll be doing some topics about her and stuff like that, going the lightning round and having a good time and stuff like that. You can watch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every first and third Saturday. If not, you can catch it over on YouTube, broken up topic by topic, and also put together as one big video, or you can check that out at a later time if you would like to. If you have a topic for us to discuss, whether it's obviously with certain guests or in general, you can comment down below or put it in Discord. We will check those out, and we might possibly get to those topics.
Yeah, in general. No. Don't ask any games. I'll warn you now. Unless it's like Monopoly or
Monops.
Pictionary.
There
Or, yeah. I heard Uno's hot.
Oh, yeah. Uno. Yep, it's competitive. Alright, so I'm going to start with my topic today. So my topic for you, Mom, is... Obviously, I know your career path and how you started. You went to college for clowning, and then
Kinda.
Okay, well, fine. That's what I know.
Okay.
And then, you went to the insurance agency, and now you work at the Taekwondo school. I want to know, as you were growing up, what were your goals, and what was your dream job, and if it changed, what did it change to? Obviously, McDonald's thrown in there too as
Yeah.
part of the career path, but yeah.
That was the start.
Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, there was two things I wanted to be. A Radio City Rockette, which I didn't have the build for, or the height.
Okay.
Or a talent. Talent's a good thing, but yeah. And the other thing was I really wanted to be a character at Disney World. Didn't care what character.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to work at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And got into it. I had an audition to go to Schenectady Community College, and got into a car accident and never made it. Money came first, fixing the car and everything, which it was fine because in retrospect I wouldn't be with your dad. So everything works out for a reason. I also had, still back in my day, which wasn't that far back, but housewives weren't considered a bad thing. And I was, because my mom was a housewife, she raised 7 kids, I'm the 7th, so of course she had to get down to the best one. And that's a job in itself, to run a household and make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be on time and figure out finances and all that. This day and age, you can't do that. Found that out. It's just, unless your spouse is very, very, has a really great job, is richer than hell, then, you can do that. But normal people like us, we can't, and it's alright. I mean, I took time off when I had you. And I've had various jobs over the years. I went to Hudson Valley Community College for marketing.
Oh, my bad.
And then as a side thing, I went to the clown college with my brother David. And it was just for shits and giggles, really. It was just fun, hang out with my brother and stuff. And he's now does clowning in North Carolina and is professional and everything, as one of his jobs, 4 jobs that he has. I retired when he moved away to North Carolina because it wasn't any fun anymore. My handle was Pom Pom the Clown. I had purple curly hair, and actually Mike, Dad, gave me the handle.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yep, we threw names into a hat, and I drew out, and that was what he. So yeah, it was fun. My particular thing was face painting. Curly, David's thing, is more balloon animals and stuff, because he's, got more air into him than I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so career path, I really had, after like the whole Disney thing and stuff, I still don't know what I want to do.
Okay.
I've worked plenty of different jobs. First job was McDonald's, and that was a great thing, which we'll get into later. Then, let's see, I've worked at Hallmark stores. I've worked at Foxmore Casuals, which was a ladies, girls, teenage clothing store. And I was management. I was third key in most of these places. Even McDonald's, I was a shift leader. So that's always good. Then I even worked for the census one year, just inputting data into the computer, different files you would pull and put in people's, like how many people were in the household and all that crap. And that was good. That was the first computer job I really had, like data entry. Then from there, I went to a place that was called PSCNY, which was Pharmacy Services of New York. And that was pretty much, people would call in and they would need a vacation supply for their medication. They would need an override because they were going away for an extended period of time. So we worked with certain pharmacies like CVS, Rite Aids, and all that, and we had the computer system. We were in charge of their computer system, and we would override their stuff or make a drug go through as long as we had the proper certification, notification that it was legal to go through. So then I got pregnant, and I resigned from the job and had you. And how many years? I took a couple of years off. And then I went over and I worked the mall and worked over at another Hallmark store. And after you were in school, I was one of the girls that I worked with at PSCNY was married and was actually working with her husband at the insurance agency, Nationwide Insurance. And she called me up and asked me if I wanted a part-time job. I never had to interview. I was like, sure. So I went in. I was like a receptionist. I did quotes. I, took money. I, jack of all trades, but really master of none, and didn't, was stupid because I didn't go for my insurance license, because I was scared to. I didn't have enough faith in me to take the test to be an agent because I didn't think I was good enough. So, and I left that job for various reasons. And you were at that time where it was in Taekwondo, and I was always at Taekwondo volunteering for this event, that event. If there was a party, I would just jump in and help out because that's what we do. I mean, like I said, I'm the last of 7. I'm Italian. We just jump in, and if somebody needs help, we just, here, let me do this, let me do that, organize, get things straightened and stuff. And Grandmaster Pei saw that and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing." So he offered me a part-time job, which that's what I wanted because at that time, both my parents were alive and my mom was just starting to get sick. So, took the job part-time, and still had free time to go and take care of my parents with taking them to doctor's appointments and all that, and time to take you any place. And I'm still there. How many years later?
Quite a few, because
Yes.
you started like right after I started,
Right.
or at least I remember like throwing you under the bus. Oh, Mom's
yeah.
not doing anything.
Exactly. He did throw me
I
under
did.
the bus.
So.
And who's still there and who isn't?
Oh,
Well,
man.
kinda.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to go back to the Rockettes thing and the character.
Yeah.
So you kind of took steps in both directions to reach both of those individual goals. Like you did, for example, the Rockettes. You did quite a bit of dancing with
I
Aunt
started
Mo
late. Yes.
and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So what kind of dances or dance were you learning? And
Well, I started late because, first of all, being the last of 7, we couldn't afford.
right, yeah.
So when Uncle Larry and Aunt Mo got together, Aunt Mo danced all of her life since she was 3 years old. She's been a dancer. So she opened up a dance studio. And as long as I helped her out at the dance studio, I could take lessons for free.
Mhm.
So at the age of 13, which is old to start dance lessons, I took tap, I took jazz, I took ballet, which I was really bad at ballet. Balance in me. But yeah, so the tap and jazz I was really, really into.
Mhm.
And back then I was shapely, and really just I loved watching the Rockettes every Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and just wanted to be sexy. And yeah, I don't know, that was just
Okay.
silly pipe dream. And Disney, I've always loved Disney.
Mhm.
I wanted.
Yeah, well, you kind of did that essentially at Hallmark, especially.
Right.
And then, I don't know if anywhere
I
else,
played,
but-
okay, at McDonald's was my first character I played.
Right.
I went and I was the Hamburglar. I got into that costume. I was also Professor McNugget at one time. And you guys probably don't remember these guys because they don't have these characters anymore.
Those old cartoon movies, maybe. I remember Hamburger. I don't remember
Professor
McNugget.
McNugget.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at the Hallmark store, I was Garfield the cat. These things are hard because you cannot talk into the costume, and it's really hard for me not to talk. At least with the Hamburglar, I could go rubble, rubble, rubble. But,
Some of the chat remembers.
and then I also played, let's see, the Easter Bunny. That's right. At oh my God, Clifton Country Mall. I was the Easter Bunny one year when I was in college. Oh my God, that suit was hot. I mean, anytime you're into a costume, shorts and a tank top because you are just dying under there. And whoever's in there before you, make sure that you spray inside because the body odor. I played Mrs. Santa Claus 2 at the Hallmark store. You don't remember that? You were sitting on my knee.
I remember that was dead. I remember the bunny one that I had, the stuffed animal. I remember that one. Yeah, Crayola bunny.
Yeah, Crayola bunny.
I feel we went another time, but I don't remember what you were dressed as.
Yep.
Maybe if I saw a photo, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember
Oh yeah,
that.
we have
But-
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, no, that's the big one that stands out. I remember you were that.
Yeah.
And I didn't make the connection of I have this stuffed animal and you dressed as that until years later when I saw the photo. I was like, come on. So I don't know.
Did you remember putting on my clown wig and stuff when you were younger?
Probably, yeah.
Because we have that picture of you in my purple wig and
Yeah.
my gold jacket.
I remember the wig. I don't remember the jacket or putting it on. But
Yeah. So, yeah. Did I touch everything?
Um,
Did I touch everything, guys?
so that was a step you were taking towards, kinda, in a way, towards
Yeah.
the character thing, or at least
the
still
character
doing it
thing was at
after
least still
the
doing
audition.
it. The Easter Bunny was in college, and that's when I had the
Audition.
at least the contact into
Yeah.
Schenectady Community College to go to the audition. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you ever reconsider going that route? Because, like, I don't
No.
see why you couldn't. Or, okay, I know you said you don't know what you want to do
Yeah.
even now.
I haven't grown
Is
up.
there any, like, hey, that would be cool, maybe if I work towards that kind of thing? Like, do you think working in Disney in general would be a dream job for you?
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't see
Moving and
all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be an awesome.
Mm.
But, no.
Okay.
My dream job is to be a millionaire.
Well, no, it loops back around.
Set him up in a studio. Make Papa Griff less worried about things and just enjoy life.
All right, good. Lady Killer Bunny. Hey, that's my dream job too.
I think it's on everybody's top 10.
Pancake says, so in other words, they need to build Disney here for Mama G.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so there's